Hello there, mortals. I'm here to show you the crazy world of the Lagunatics. What is a Lagunatic? A Lagunatic is a crazy person that lives in Laguna. Well, I'm just the icing on the cake of what a Lagunatic really is. I'm going to give you guys the inside scoop to all the crazy artists that live here. Starting with me. When I first moved to Laguna, I heard a strange rumor. A rumor that I've been trying to debunk the entire time I've lived here, but it has only proven itself to be more and more true. The rumor is that Laguna is a vortex. Now there's a couple places in the world that kind of have this vortex of energy field kind of thing that people talk about, and they've been talking about it since the 60s, about Laguna. So what is this vortex? What does this mean? This vortex means that people, when they come here, they get really happy and they love it and they don't want to leave, or they just end up staying for some reason. So with that being said, same feels true in my life. I'm going to be asking and interviewing my favorite Lagunatics about what they think about the vortex and if they think it's real. And we're gonna see what they have to say about Laguna. And we're gonna find out why this vortex makes everyone here so loony and crazy. Just like me. Lagunatics! Woo! Yeah! A town of magic and dreams and madness. Alright guys, one of my favorite Lagunatics ever is up next. His name is Blair McManus, aka Disco Fly Guy Sand Art. He comes out here in this area right here in front of the main street of Laguna, and he builds these pyramids and he spins his frisbee, and he's sitting right there right now. So we're gonna go talk to him and figure out his story. Alright guys, here we have Disco Fly Guy Sand Art, aka Blair McManus.
McManus. That's not Mickey Mouse, that's Mickey Manus.
Mickey Manus, that's right. And here we are in his favorite spot in Laguna today.
The epicenter of Laguna.
The epicenter, right here. Right in front of PCH and the main drag going into the canyon. And right here you see Blair's awesome art pieces. He does pyramids, which are very symbolic. And he usually has a peace sign. And sometimes he'll do other cool sand art designs. So we're gonna talk to you today, Blair, okay? I just want you to open with, what is your age currently and what is your occupation?
I'm 63 and I'm a banquet server for the Hilton in Anaheim, and I also work at Disneyland as a banquet server.
Nice, a really cool job for a Lagunatic. And then
Fun.
When he's free, he's practicing his awesome frisbee tricks, as you could tell. So for that next question, how long have you lived here in Laguna?
Since 1960.
Since the 60s. So
60 exactly.
1960.
We moved here when I was 4 in 1960.
That's awesome. Wow. So you've definitely been the person that has lived here the longest out of everyone I've filmed. So you definitely have a lot to say, I'd imagine.
This was my home. This is where I hung out when I was a kid. The boys club was right there where the basketball court was. So we were all boys club guys hanging around.
That's awesome. And I'm sure things were a lot different back then. How do you think Laguna has changed since then?
I think it's still the same awesome Laguna. It hasn't changed at all. It's so cool here.
It's the best vibe. So that follows up with my next question. What do you think of Laguna being a vortex? Like people have said it's a vortex of happiness. Like when people come here, they don't want to leave, and they feel like an amazing energy here.
I'm sure it started out with the Indians. They had their little encampments. This is enchanting. They had their coves, Three Arch Bay.
Yeah.
They all resided here, and it's been that way ever since.
And I know some natives that their families have lived here forever and they stayed. And that's really cool to hear some insight on that. With that being said, too, what do you think of the locals here? What do you think?
Well, the people are wonderful here. They're just fantastic people. Everyone's so friendly and nice. It's unbelievable.
I agree. I definitely think it's part of the energy vortex, too, that keeps people in a great mood. Besides all the tourists being on vacation, the locals keep a great vibe. So with that being said, would you recommend living here to others?
Yes, and if I lived in Mission Viejo or Alicia Viejo or some other city surrounding, I would come to Laguna. There's no doubt about it. There's no better place to come hang around.
I definitely agree, because I moved to San Clemente, and even then I find myself always coming back here every chance I get, like on the weekends or even during the week. So that's definitely a good valid point there.
I love sharing the city with everybody. Some people are territorial and they think that the city's for them, but it's for everybody, all nationalities and gender and.
That's awesome. It's so true, man. It's very true. And then our next question, what do you think Laguna could improve on? What do you think it needs help with? What do you think we're struggling with?
Well, if it was me in charge, I would put definitely a transportation corridor for bicycles with a K-rail. You could elevate it in certain spots and get everybody out of their cars and on their bikes. And then I would underneath the transportation corridor, I would build housing, like solar. I would put solar panels on the roof and collect the rainwater and give people a place to stay on their bicycles with trailers, with sleeping quarters, and they could sleep right. Make it an advanced city, like a model for everywhere else.
Yes.
And then I would put artificial reefs out here I'd put one out by Birds Rock, and I'd put another one by Sleepy Hollow and make this the surf capital of the world. And then I'd put a tram.
Nice.
I'd put a tram up onto the top of the hill where you could attach your bikes and you could send people up, and then have permanent bike trails coming down that are environmentally safe, and get something for the kids to do.
That's very futuristic. I love that idea, man.
And that's just for starters. You can
that's
think of a lot of stuff for the kids to do. Skateboard parks, all sorts of stuff.
I know that. I think this town has a lot of regulations that are a little bit phony and kind of fun ruining.
And I would make parking lots outside of town and force people to park there and ride on the transportation corridors.
Yes.
Have bike sharing and have them ride down on the bikes.
So true. Parking here is a huge issue. It is so hard to find parking, especially when it's busy. And I feel like half the time a lot of people are just looking for somewhere to park, and it's a pain, and you have to walk so far to find the free parking. And yeah, that would be a great idea, Blair. That is such a cool idea. Thank you so much for sharing with us for the Lagunatics interview. You wanna end with a cool trick?
Okay.
If you can, no pressure. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah! Woo! Coming from the man himself. Love you, Blair. You rock. The next stop on our list here is our Hare Krishna temple. In the heart of Laguna, hosts a beautiful spiritual realm, a church, and amazing food. Now, I do not say you're crazy if you go here, but there's some crazy people that do, and we're going to film some of them today, so check it out.